Okay, so we're out of the round pin. Just for measurement, you know, if you're taking 30 days or 60 days in a round pin, I really don't care how much time you spend there, but you're gonna end up developing bad habits with them. If I'm 30 days in the round pin, that's pretty long for me. I'm looking 10 to 15, and that might be long for a lot of trainers, but I don't care. For me, I wanna make sure I have control there, then I'm outside. When I'm outside, then I can get a lot more done. They're gonna become sticky and cranky in the round pin if you leave them out there too long. So this is our little arena. And you'll notice it doesn't have any fences on it, and that's for a reason. For our development program, we like to get them out to a flat, but have them open also to understand that being outside is okay. I mean, at any time we can have a jackrabbit running through here, whatever. They have to be able to see that stuff. They have to be able to become, you know, aware that there's going to be stuff moving around, and that might be scary, and that's fine with me. Having no fence also helps them, again, feel like they're outside. They don't use it as a border, or they don't block to it. I just find it works a lot easier for us. Okay, so if we're gonna use first day outside, you know, in a little flat like this, and you can be doing this out in the field at home, there's a couple exercises that you can play with. The rocking exercises, stepping forward and back like we did in the round pin a second ago, that certainly you can do. But if you have all this area, start moving them out. So I'm looking, my first ride outside, to do just a nice big circle out here. And what this nice big circle allows me to do is train them not only to start picking themselves up, but also to hold lateral balance. So here he is, finding his headset, lifting his back, but I'm maintaining a circle out here with bend in his body. So you can see that his body has lateral balance, or bend. He's able to maintain a circle by having his rib cage to the outside, having his forehand and his hind end up under themselves. He's maintaining a headset to the inside. This is lateral balance, and it's super important. So that's my first kind of exercise that I'm gonna do out here, is just look to see if I have communication. If they're real stiff, I'm gonna work on pushing that rib cage to the outside. There's a number of different exercises that we can do to help that. But first, again, I just want a nice supple circle through here. Both sides. Make sure you don't just supple one side of the horse, but gotta have it on both sides. So again, I might start with him stretched out, and then I'm gonna pick up that vertical top line here, get him up under himself, make sure I can see that head turning to the inside, rib cage to the outside, front and hind end up under themselves. He's being a little goofy here, but that's all right. This is what it's gonna look like first day outside on a green horse. This is the communication I want. Now, suppleness in circle is really important, and that's where I start for first 30 days or so of training. At all rates, walk, trot, lope, if they can handle a lope. Speed's not as important as suppleness is in cue control. The other thing I'm worried about, though, again, is that lateral balance. So if they feel real stiff to me, start leg yielding. So I might just lay that inside leg and see if he can move off of the cue, off of the pressure. And I'm gonna do that by lifting my inside rein and putting my inside leg on him. Here it is to the left. See, he's gonna hesitate a little bit, maybe balk his head. That's fine, that's not a big deal to me. That's stiffness, that's brace. It'll go away as soon as he figures out how to move off my inside leg. So then I might even do that just working through the circle. I might maintain a circle here, and then lay my inside leg and move him out of center while maintaining forward motion. Real basic cues, real basic leg cues, or leg yield stuff, but it's fantastic for horses. They have to understand to move off parts. I'm not using spurs, but he doesn't need them right now. And in the beginning, I don't usually use it on horses in the beginning anyway. Spurs come a little bit later. If they start getting heavy on me, I'm certainly gonna put them on. You also notice that I'm pretty big with my hands. They don't understand small cue yet, so you're gonna have to get out here. Make sure they see your hand. Lifting cues, but seeing your hand. Don't come out here and try to yank them around. That's gonna do what happened right there. It's gonna cause the horse to drop his shoulder to the inside. It's going to cause bad habits. I'm just lifting my inside rein, maintaining circle, looking for communication. I'm also just looking for that inside eye. He doesn't have to come all the way around here and touch my foot. That's not what I'm looking for. He just needs to give me a little bit of bend in his head, okay? You'll notice that also from a riding perspective, I'm being a little bit loose wrist through here. I'm being kind of supple. Really important. If I'm straight armed, if I'm from my elbow through my hand into the rein, which is how you're going to want to use them and show, the problem with that from a colt perspective is you're going to build brace, in my opinion. You build brace in there. If I'm supple and just kind of helping them along, and that means twisting my wrists a little bit to get get a little more action out of that rein or be a little more big-handed, then that's fine. And what you're going to find is that that's going to develop a suppleness in the horse. They're not going to be braced against you, okay? The straight arm thing comes a little bit later, or at least from elbow to wrist comes later, okay? So that's our supplement exercise. If I want to move some parts around here, I'm going to move the shoulder, say to the left. I'm going to go ahead and move the shoulder over. To the right, lift my right rein, outside leg, move those shoulders over, crossing the feet or clearing the shoulders. If I'm going to move that hip over. If I'm going to move the hip to the opposite side, lifting that inside rein, reaching back there and pushing that hip over. Now I'm showing this as a green perspective. He should be a lot more clear than that, and we can make him that way, but I want to show you that if it starts out rough or ugly, that's fine. We just need them to get that hind end disengaged a little bit. If he's traveling around on his forehand here a little bit in the beginning, I'm not worried about it. We'll fix that real quick. He just has to understand how to be supple, moving his parts around. Don't be afraid to time at a standstill. See how he's bracy here? I'm just asking for his head, not anything else. But at a standstill, asking for his head. Here it is to the other side. Without his body moving. That's what we want. We're isolating parts now. When I lift my rein, he drops his head, even at a standstill. Ooh. If he starts backing up, I'll push him forward into my hand, if you will. But all I'm asking for is that when I lift my rein, he drops his head, and he does it without moving his body around. All this stuff is really important. Those are things you should be working on your first week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, shoot, through your whole 120 days maybe, is getting those body parts to move around and then starting to isolate them more. And in our training videos, you'll see that later. These are just some ideas for you now.